How did Harley Sawyer go from being Playtime Co.'s smartest and leading scientist to becoming a robotic hive mind and controlling the Playtime Factory's prison? We all know that Harley Sawyer is the main antagonist of Poppy Playtime Chapter 4. He watches us go through the entirety of the prison, sending dangers our way to test on how strong we were. But how exactly did he end up like this? From being the head director of the Bigger Bodies Initiative, how exactly did he end up getting experimented on himself? There's a big reason as to how and why he went from being a normal human being to this new robotic form. And in this video, we'll go over everything that led Harley Sawyer down this path of destruction, ultimately leading to his own downfall. To begin, let's go over everything we know about Harley Sawyer as a human. Harley Sawyer was the leading scientist in the Bigger Bodies Initiative. He joined Playtime Co. through the Young Geniuses program, and he's said to have been the one to introduce the idea of turning humans into toys, which shows his lack of empathy and care for human life. In this VHS tape found in Project Playtime, Harley Sawyer initially presents the idea of the Bigger Bodies Initiative. This would be the very moment that all of Playtime Co. would dissolve into corruption.
My name is Harley Sawyer. I'm called the Doctor. When I look at this company we've built, I do not feel proud. Declining profits, failed experiments, people are constantly seeing things they shouldn't. I'm here now with a solution. The Bigger Bodies Initiative. Giant toys. We can increase our workforce and simultaneously decrease the number of lawsuits and people on our payroll if the people we have working aren't people. Put me in charge of it, and I will save this company.
Harley Sawyer was very evidently good at his job. He was a madman, a scientist who managed to figure out how to literally turn a human into a living, breathing toy. And even after this, we can see a VHS tape in which Harley Sawyer meets with the first accomplished experiment of the Bigger Bodies Initiative, Foxy Boo.
Dr. Sawyer.
I wish to see him.
Of course, he's just...
And here you are. They said it was impossible, yet you defied all odds. The first of many, naturally. You have proven my Bigger Bodies Initiative a success. Many doors have opened today, thanks to you. Now, we need to start tailoring that appetite of yours to flesh. Where to start?
And this success would send Harley Sawyer down a deep rabbit hole of experimentation, leading to the creation of Huggy Wuggy, Mommy Longlegs, and presumably every single Bigger Body was created under the knowledge and guidance of Harley Sawyer. Sawyer found a way to put his evil mastermind to use, albeit at the expense of children from Playcare who were being used in the experiments to be turned into bigger bodies. And this went on for a while, until one fateful day in 1993. While at the Playtime Theater, Harley Sawyer was caught in the middle of a disaster. In a blazing fire that was set off in the theater, over 60 people were killed. In a VHS tape found in Chapter 4, we can hear a contamination team cleaning up the bodies in the aftermath, and suspecting that someone in the higher-ups of Playtime Co. set the theater on fire to try and kill Harley Sawyer.
Hard to imagine how the company will duck all this under their rock.
You ask me? The culprit's obvious. Just needs to be spelled out plain and clear for the bigwigs.
You think?
Yeah. Rotten eggs come from rotten chickens, you know? Can't get more rotten a chicken than him.
I don't know. Just seems too careless that a guy so smart wouldn't cover his ass.
Hope Foxy's still hungry.
Got another
60.
However, Harley Sawyer managed to survive while being immensely injured, which was both good and bad news for the Playtime Co. employees. After the events of this incident, which we can tell from this VHS tape was not only a fire, but also included toys eating up visitors.
Because I guarantee it won't be so easy to toss a new coat of paint over 60 visitors dead, or the dozen reconstruction specialists who went swimming in the bellies of those things.
I'm sure that's taken care of already.
After the events of this fire, all the higher-ups gathered together to discuss what they would do with a now injured Harley Sawyer.
This recklessness has to stop. The doctor has no regard for the safety of this facility or its staff.
Or the children in play care. I've tried to set boundaries with him. He doesn't listen to me.
Playtime may have turned a corner financially, but that doesn't change the fact that his Bigger Bodies initiative is still a money hole.
The guy's gotta go, Lath.
And how do you suggest we do that?
This wouldn't be the first time we made someone disappear.
One of them suggests that they finish the job and kill Sawyer. However, whether the team liked it or not, Harley Sawyer held way too much valuable information on how the Bigger Bodies worked.
We can't kill him, Eddie.
Why not?
Because like it or not, we need him.
Eddie's right, though. Sawyer can't keep leading this project.
Right. And all of that pales in comparison to the theater incident.
I don't even want to talk about that.
So, we can't kill the son of a bitch, but we need to knock him out of the equation. What do we do?
There is one thing I can think of.
With all the knowledge that the doctor had, they couldn't kill him. For example, at this point, it had been 20 years that he had been training Yarnaby to work by his side. There was clear reason to believe that he had connections to nearly every Bigger Body in the factory. To kill him would be leaving the rest of these people to figure out things on their own. Clearly, they couldn't let Harley Sawyer roam the factory, continuing to torment both the kids in play care and the Playtime employees. So, in a last-ditch effort to knock two birds out with one stone, they came up with the ultimate plan. Using Harley Sawyer's own notes and studies on how Bigger Bodies work, they would dissect him, separating his main body parts that keep him living into different tanks, all being connected through an electrical server. With this, they could still communicate with Sawyer without him going around doing any more antics in the factory. This is mainly where Harley Sawyer became what is now known as the Doctor. We can even see the exact moment that the Doctor initially gets booted up for the first time in the Doctor's own trailer for Chapter 4.
Where am I?
As the Doctor is being booted up, there are many images that we see flashing through as if his memory is being booted up as well.
What is this? Wrong. This is wrong.
And that brings us to the full present time, where we come in and take down Harley Sawyer for good by going one by one and unplugging his vital organs from any power source, shutting him offline forever. So there you have it, the full story of Harley Sawyer, and just how and why he turned into what we now know as the Doctor. But to be honest, I don't think our story with Harley Sawyer is over just yet. I think there's still a little bit more we haven't seen from him, but that's a theory for another day. Until then, subscribe so that you don't miss that upload, because it's coming very soon.
You have no idea what kind of mistake you just made.